Hey everyone, today we are talking about Everdell Duo because everyone and their brother's mother needs to have a duo game or a dual game or a two-player variant on a classic and beloved title. And on this channel, we are big fans of Everdell. We've talked about it quite a bit in the past and highlighted it among one of our favorite worker placement games. And this is a consolidation of that can be played either competitively or cooperatively. The main shift of this beyond just being a component layout for two players is that there is a sun and moon token that tracks along the board. So what happens is if you play a worker, then it moves the sun forward. If you play a card from your hand or from the field, so long as it's nearby either the sun or the moon, then that moves the moon forward. Key to this is that if you really want to draw a card into your hand that isn't adjacent to the sun or moon, you can do that as a third action, but that moves your choice of one of those forward with only 6 spaces along the track. And if the sun or the moon reaches the end, you can't take the actions associated with those, each player only having 3 workers. This can get to some really contentious circumstances where you are forcing the end of a round, which is a big deviation from the original Everdell in that there isn't the asynchronous round system. You don't pass into the next season while the other player is still taking turns. Outside of that, it's Everdell. Down to the art assets are the same, the resources are the same. Sure, mechanically there are slight differences in what those cards do. As far as cooperative play, it's kind of like the original Everdell solo. You can play this solo as well, where you have a dummy player that's taking up spots, and you're just trying to overcome their point acquisition with a finite amount of turns that you can make, hopefully levying the system to good results. So overall, if there's any word that I can use to describe this, it's lazy, which sucks. I really like Everdell, and I like conceptually another game in this world that provides a new, interesting experience to contrast to the original, but the reuse of so much from concepts and mechanical ideas to art assets and components. There's no insert in the box, there's no flashy new components that you kind of associate with the production values of the original Everdell, and the mechanical uplift, while I do think it is a more interesting and more consistent two-player experience than the original Everdell, it's just hanging out in the shadow of something that's a lot better, and in contrast just comes across as way too sparse and not very innovative.